What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you guys can tell by the title, we got the title of the G35 coupe. So everything is a go as far as fixing it and getting it back on the road. Now, I am going to probably sell this car soon because I need the money because I'm going on a trip that I'm very excited for. So I have to sell this car, unfortunately, but I do want to at least get it in running and driving condition for the next owner. So one of the first things that I have to address on this vehicle is the leaking oil cooler seal. Now, I actually made a very detailed video showing you how to replace this oil cooler seal. So if you're curious, make sure to click on the video description so that you can watch my how-to video. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this oil cooler seal so that we can stop all this leaking. Alright, so I did fix the leak from the oil cooler seal. Now what I'm going to do is replace the compression arm on this side, and I'm probably also going to replace the lower control arms. This right here is the old boomerang that we just took out, and this is the replacement that I'm going to put in. Not in the best shape, but a lot better than this bushiness. So I have done some work off camera to this vehicle. I need to go back here and fix the side skirt in this fender. I'm not sure if I'm gonna replace it because I haven't found the same color fender, so I'm kind of waiting on that. But for now, I just kind of mocked it up and put it back on. This side is good now. As you remember before, this wheel was like touching the frame of the vehicle, and now it's straight. Now I also did replace the oil cooler seal. So I did do a little time lapse of fixing that as well. And then as you can see, it no longer has the Brembo calipers because I already sold them to a guy. So I ended up getting stocks plus $1,000 for the Brembo calipers. So not too shabby. I pretty much already recovered the money that I used to buy this vehicle. So now what I have to do is clean up this car. It is filthy inside. The window was rolled down, so everything in here kind of got wet and dirty. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean that up, and I'm just gonna overall clean the vehicle. You guys can see that this mirror is black. I have the original color mirror in the back, but they ended up just replacing the entire thing because it's kind of hard to remove this top part from the bottom piece right here when it breaks. But it's not a big issue for me. I can do it pretty easily, so I am gonna remove this so that I can put the original color back on. Something that this vehicle definitely needs is lower ball joints and a new rack and pinion, because as you can see, it has been leaking like crazy. And I haven't been driving this vehicle all too much, but it is actively leaking. So that's something that the next owner will have to do. The vehicle also has a slight misfire, so I'm gonna probably pull those spark plugs and see what condition they are in, and I'll probably replace those as well. Also, I did replace the front and rear springs with aftermarket Eibach lowering springs because both of these front shocks were blown, so I ended up getting a whole set that had decent shocks still, so I ended up tossing that on the vehicle, and that's why it looks a little bit lower. So I am gonna go back, like I said, and fix up little things here and there cosmetically to make this vehicle more desirable, I guess you can say. So I am swapping out the spark plugs with some new spark plugs, and I did notice that the filter on this vehicle is so dirty that I don't even know how it's like even idling. So maybe this is why it's having a misfire. I'm gonna go ahead and change that, clean the mass airflow sensor, and finish taking off these spark plugs just to verify that none of them were bad. So what we have here is the black mirror that I took off the G35. This is the original mirror, and as you can tell, the mounting ear right here is broken. Now you guys can just remove this. The thing that you have to do is you gotta unpin these pigtails here. You gotta remove this big pigtail connector so that it can slide through, and then what you do is you just put it back in on your new one, and then you put the pins back into the connector. That's how you can do it. You can also cut this and just splice in a new connection if you like, but I like to try to minimize any damage as much as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Put this guy onto this mountain ear and put this one back onto the car. Alright, so we got the mirror on, everything looks good. At this point, what I'm gonna do is clean the hell out of the inside of this vehicle because it is filthy. There's so much dirt and dust in here. So I am gonna give this car a nice cleaning / mini detail, and then I'm gonna wash the outside, but I'll probably do that tomorrow because it's getting kind of late. So I'll go ahead and do that now, and then after I do that, I'll probably clean up the trunk and then just put the finishing touches on it. And after I clean it, I am gonna take some pictures and post it up for sale. So I ended up getting a different driver's side fender, and I was pretty sure that it was going to be the same color. However, you can see here on camera, it's more noticeable on camera that this fender is a little bit different shade of gray compared to this one. This is KY0, and I think this is a different color. I took off the replacement fender and I threw on the old fender, and you can see now that they match. So I did post the vehicle up for sale, and it was literally gone in less than 3 days. I wasn't expecting to sell it that fast. I still wanted to polish the headlights and put the finishing touches on the vehicle, but I can't complain that I sold it. I did sell the vehicle for $4,000, and I bought it for $1,000. Sold the Brembo calipers for $1,000. So I guess you can say I made $4,000 in profit. And I made the vehicle run and drive as good as I could with the time that I had. So I'm pretty excited for the next person that owns this vehicle. Hopefully they take care of it. If you guys found this video entertaining and you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys soon.